everyone. Just wanted to make a video to just give some updates, really talk about how I'm doing. I get that question a lot, as we all do. And sometimes it's hard to always say how I'm doing because there isn't always a word for it. It's not like I'm doing great and I'm not doing bad either. It's just a combination of so many feelings. It's really hard to answer that question. Lately I've just been very unmotivated to do anything. I'm super fatigued. Part of that is because I have low iron right now, so I've had 2 iron infusions, and I guess it takes about like a month for me to feel the effects of the iron. So some of the symptoms I was having was that I was fatigued, but also I was having like dizzy spells and questioning like, should I even be driving? And I didn't realize it was the iron. So I got a phone call maybe a few days later explaining that. So there's that part. It's been so hard getting up out of bed in the morning, and not just your typical like, oh, it's Monday, or oh, I have to go to work. It's like I get up and I just need to lay back down again because I can't keep going. So that's been a challenge. I did have surgery. So I had surgery in December to have my ovaries removed and my fallopian tubes. And the reason I had that done, I chose to have that done, is because every month for the next 5 years, I was getting this pellet inserted underneath my skin and my belly. And that was to keep the estrogen from my ovaries suppressed because my cancer fed off of estrogen. So it's really turning off all the estrogen. That shot was specific for my ovaries. And so every month for 5 years, and it hurt. It was a big needle. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen it. So with the whole year of 2019 going through treatment, I really wanted to just like get 2019 behind me. So I decided, rather than get this pellet in my belly every month for the next 5 years, let me just get my ovaries taken out so I don't have to have that done. So I chose to just have that completed. The surgery was fine. And now it's kind of like, now 2020 is here, and it's like, well, now what? It's been hard emotionally still, just trying to get on with my life. I wish I were the same Monica I was, and I know that will never happen. I can get back to me as much as I can. One of the things I was trying to do, like the old Monica would do, is go back to school. So before I had cancer, or I probably had cancer during, class, I finished my 2-year degree. I was so proud of myself because I started school really late in my life. It was a really big accomplishment for me. And my intent was to finish, going for my bachelor's. And so in December, this past December, I signed up to go back to school, and I'm so excited because I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And finish what I had started. And one class in, I finished it, and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I mentally can't do it. I could tell it was already taking a toll on me and my family. Like, when I have something on my mind, I have something to do, I get frustrated and irritable at my husband. Not that he's done anything wrong, or my son. And I noticed that almost instantly, that I was becoming different based on school and schoolwork that I had to do because it can be stressful, all these assignments and deadlines. So it was time for the next class, and I just said I can't do it right now. So it's hard to not feel like a failure. Or that I'm letting myself down, or anyone else. But it's just, my priorities, I think, are shifting. And I just need to stay healthy and take care of myself. Physically and mentally and emotionally. And that's been the hardest challenge through this whole diagnosis is, yes, I can get better. Yes, I can get chemo. Yes, I can get radiation to deal with cancer. But it's like, what about the rest of me? How do I really take care of my heart and my soul? And so that's been a challenge, trying to figure that piece out. And if anything, I think about, working, and it's like, is that what I want to continue to do as well? Because, when I was first diagnosed, my son was my priority. Like, he needed his mom, and that's how I still feel. So I work full time. My husband works full time. Unlike a lot of other people, it's just scramble in the morning, getting him to school. He's there like 9 hours, picking him up, getting dinner ready, getting his food ready for the next day, getting our food ready for the next day, doing dinner, cleaning up. And it's like, it's just this whirlwind. And I feel like, after this diagnosis, I just want to be there for him more. So, finding a way to do that. Because this is just, this life is too precious to just continue the way I was and just going. And I heard somewhere, I don't know if I read it, but they said like, on average, you spend like 32 minutes like bonding with your child. And I kind of stepped back and I was like, I believe that, because you just get home from work and you're just going, and it's just, to actually sit there and play with him and to really spend meaningful time with him, it is rare. So, in my head, I just have this, like, what I really want to do. And if there's anything I really love doing, I had an opportunity to speak at a basketball game halftime about Pink Ribbon Girls, about my journey through cancer. I talked about Pink Ribbon Girls and how amazing they are. And if you're not familiar with them, I'll include a link down below, and you can just check out their site. Oh, my picture's on there too, which is pretty cool, because they asked me to be in a photo shoot back in July. So, but I was able to speak at halftime. And when I was done, it's like, that's what I felt like I love doing. Like, I love public speaking. It's something I've always enjoyed doing. I love teaching. I love inspiring people. I love coaching, development. I just love people so much. So it's like, what do I want to do with my life, in that respect, to be able to help other people. So, anyways, there's just a lot going on in my head. What do I want to do? How do I want to take care of myself? And that's kind of like a challenge too, because it's like, there's so much I want to do. Like, I want to go back and get acupuncture again. I want to get in for a reflexology appointment. There's like all these things, but I work and I don't have time or energy after work to do these things. So it's like, I could possibly doing it during the day or during my lunch, but then again, it's like running and scrambling to take care of myself. So it's just trying to figure out like, what's next for me. I'm okay. Like, I get through the day. Most of the times I'm really good. Right now I'm just kind of in that, just like in one of the low moments. And, I've heard before to a lot of the women on Instagram that healing is not linear. And that's so true, because you just want to feel like, oh, I'm done with treatment. I'm going to go back up again and I'm going to be great. And it's not. You just kind of, it goes down again. And then another time you're just like, oh, this is wonderful. And it's just like back and forth, and you never know when it's going to hit. A simple conversation with how I'm doing can trigger me, which is what happened last night. If you follow me on Instagram, that's exactly what happened. There was someone I was just talking to, we were in public, and she was relating to how I felt, because she's a survivor also. And she's going on and on and on, and I'm like, yes, and I just it just was holding back tears. And then the conversation ended, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I just can't sit here anymore. And I just left, and I just cried, and I just, because those feelings are still there, it's like treatment is over, but this journey, it's still really, really hard. And I knew that having cancer was going to affect me the rest of my life. I just didn't realize in what way, and now I see that. So it's just trying to get through each day. And every day I wake up and I'm like, today is a gift. Every day, because it is, and I don't want to waste it on negative thinking. or woe is me, because I'm not that type of person anyway, but it's just hard. So that's the update. You know, I always say in my videos, I hope this helps someone, and I truly do, that, you know, it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to not know how you really feel. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. And this is just what cancer does. You know, treatment is over, but it's really not over. So thanks for listening. I'll be all right, like I usually am, and I'll come out of this like I usually do. So until next time, thanks.